Well, we didn't know each other at all. We'd never met, and we just had a Zoom. My agent said you should Zoom with Imogen, and I did, and I was just thinking I'd forgotten this, but because Imogen is such a good actor, but she's done such serious films. She's always been in very heavy stuff. I thought, oh, she's probably gonna be dreary, and we got on the Zoom, and she was so funny, and within about 5 minutes we were kind of crying with laughter. And I had the feeling that I knew her forever. And it was like, oh, well, this is what the characters are. They've known each other forever. This is easy. Let's have Imogen, please. Thank you.
We just were talking about everything and anything in relation to the movie, in relation to life. It was all there naturally. And the script was so great. The script was so sort of tight and funny and smart. I was really excited by the idea of Brett and I doing that together, because it was effortless, you know. We just had to kind of turn up and be present. It's very cool. Well, first day on set, I remember us being in a car with no air conditioning.
Yeah.
And I remember we spent the whole day in very close proximity to one another. And it was really, really important for me, for the character of Laura, to take in Simon in that way. And I remember sort of looking at Brett as Simon and understanding how important this person was to her. And it was very, very valuable to have that amount of time together. And then by the end of the movie, it was wild. It felt like we'd experienced this feat of filmmaking. Like, it was just so momentous, and we'd become so close, and so they really felt like kind of pylons, you know, the beginning and end. It was really, really, it took me by surprise, actually.
The first scene we did was the scene in the car when I pick her up to take her to the hospital, and it was like, in a way, it was kind of magical, because there was no crew, there was no room in the car, so the cameras were set up around us, and we were in this boiling hot car, and I wasn't with Imogen, so I had to pick her up. So she's being positioned in the street up ahead. So it's really real. It felt very, very real. You know, there's no one around. I'm driving, I'm picking her up. And I felt so surprised how emotionally affected I was by her and the situation. And I was like, could have cried. And I thought, well, if this is day one, then we're going to be fine. And then the last day was just devastating, because I didn't want it to end. It was it was amazing. And yeah, I think it was just it was like 25 locations in 23 days. So we were always moving around, and we were in a different place every day. So in a way, I think that made it feel longer and more full, because we had these different adventures every day in a different place. So it was just wonderful. It was a very, very lovely time.
Each day was very, very different. I mean, I remember the thing that comes to mind is there's a scene where Laura is at work and Simon turns up with his new girlfriend, and it's the lead into sort of the big, when they're reunited with one another after quite some time. And I think it's just that sense, that feeling of seeing, you know, a person who you love that much, it's sort of they're a part of you. And I don't mean that in a toxic way, but I mean that in the sense of you recognise that person as your own life. And
not in a toxic way, in a nice way.
It's a completely codependent, attached way.
You see them across the room, and they're not a part of your life anymore. You know, it's a very it's a really alarming feeling, and very, very sad. And I remember that sensation of, oh, in this moment, we're nothing to each other anymore, but we're everything, but we're nothing right now. It's very hard.
Yeah, I mean, so many, all the big emotional scenes surprised me in that they all just happened. I was worried about how we were going to do them, and then when I mean, there's a scene at the end that I couldn't get the fucking words out, you know, because it just surprised, I think, everyone, including Will, who was like, is he okay? And But in terms of challenge, I mean, the most challenging scene in the whole film is the first shot of the two of us where we're in the middle of Tottenham Court Road and we were trying to film kind of spy cam way, and there's crowds everywhere, and every time we tried to do it, someone would walk in front of us, and we were trying to be incognito, but then people were spotting us. That was the most sort of difficult.
But also really fun, like filming on the underground and stuff. Like it's so guerrilla tactics. It's like the best part about indie filmmaking, and I love that.
Yeah. And there's it's just real people everywhere. So when that's first scene on the subway, there are people. I think we might have had to CGI someone's eyes who were like looking at us.
That's funny.
What's the deal with you two?
We went to uni together. We're like BFFs.
BFFs who never dated? Tell me that I'm making a good decision.
No, awful.
Great, thanks.
You know this is going to ruin our friendship. Everyone we know who's taken the test, as soon as they meet their soulmate, they vanish.
You could still do it, you know, it's not too late.
I don't want to do it. I would rather just find it. The discovery. You're taking all the fun parts out.
I love Lukas. We're really very happy.
Sorry I haven't seen you in a while.
It's okay. We both have lives. I just really missed you.
Ow! Sascha!
The day that I took the test, did you think it might be you?
Nah.
He definitely loves you. Sorry, I don't know what just happened.
You can't pretend it didn't mean something.
I don't think you really understand how complicated it is for me.
Do you think it's easy for me? All I want is you.